We have to finally stop this. It has to stop. What's going on, everybody? Sigourney Jackson here with another episode of Who Politics. Appreciate you guys for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell to stay up to date on everything that is Who Politics. We are back with another episode. In this one, we have to talk about it. We have to stop everything. It's getting out of hand. University of Kentucky is currently 5-9 on the season. It's one of the worst starts that they've had in ever. Okay, this is new charted territory that they're in, and a lot of people are talking about Coach Calipari. They're talking about wanting to get rid of him. They're talking about wanting to fire him. They're talking about how he's not a good coach and he doesn't know talent and he doesn't know this, and this, and blah, 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 blah. And it is sickening, and I'm tired of it. The problem is this. The problem is the Kentucky fan base are one, spoiled, and they're unrealistic. I know that's going to hurt people's feelings, but I don't really care right now. The Kentucky fan base is spoiled and they're unrealistic. They're so used to winning all the time, and they're so used to getting the top level recruits that they don't understand what actually goes into why Coach Calipari is what he is right now. The truth is, and I've talked about this in past videos, but I feel like I need to make a specific video concerning Coach Calipari. Let me start by saying this. Coach Calipari ain't getting fired. Coach Calipari is not getting fired. Why? Because he has the politics next to his name. Coach Calipari is the top recruiting coach in the country. Better recruiter than Coach K, better recruiter than Roy Williams, better recruiter than Bill Self, Rick Pitino, anybody you want to name, he's better, okay? The reason why he is the best recruiter is because he cares about the players. And the players know that. As y'all can see, there was a tweet that said that people are going to come to Kentucky because we're Kentucky. Truth is, no, that's not true. Players do not care about playing for schools. Nobody is committed to playing to a school. Players get committed to the coach. When you hear John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, whoever it is, talking about all the things that college did for them, what do they say? Do they say what Kentucky did or what Coach Calipari did? When De'Aaron Fox talks about his experience in college, is it about Kentucky or is it about Coach Calipari? Malik Monk, Brandon Knight, Archie Goodwin, Eric Bledsoe, whoever you want to bring up, Nerlens Noel, whoever you want to bring up, Karl-Anthony Towns, Devin Booker, the Harrison twins, all of them talk about Coach Calipari. Because Coach Calipari prepares his players for the NBA. He's not looking at college basketball. He's looking at professional basketball. That's what matters for him. And in order for you to be prepared for the professional basketball game, what he is preparing you to do is this. There is no offense for Kentucky. It's always going to end in either one-on-one or pick and roll. If you as a player are not good enough to play one-on-one or pick and roll, then you are not going to do well in Kentucky's offense because there is no offense. That's just the truth of it. And that's why no matter if they play bad or they play good, you always have Kentucky players who are getting drafted because they have already played a year of professional style basketball. And a recruiter, a organization is going to look at that and say, yeah, he may have not have played that good this year, but he's already used to what we do on this level of basketball. So he already has at least 1 year of experience, and so we'll take him. Unless you know there's a 6'10", small forward, 6'10" point guard out there like Cade Cunningham, we're going to take these Kentucky players first before we start working our way down to all these other Division I schools. Next thing that we need to talk about is Kentucky bases their success on how many 5-star recruits they bring in, as well as how many wins they have in a season. But first and foremost is the recruits, because college basketball is a business and Kentucky basketball is a business. They want to make sure that they are consistently bringing in the top level recruits every single year. And when you're bringing in the top level recruits every single year, you're not necessarily looking at basketball. The best basketball players in the country are normally never the top 10 or top 20 players. They're normally those guys who are in between, who are in the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, 50s. And yes, there are those 1, 2, 3 players who are in the top 10 who are just undeniably talented. But for the most part, they are being ranked based on their size and their skill and their position and what they are projected to be at the next level. Not college, but at the NBA. So when you look at the top 10 players in the country, I guarantee you there's a bunch of players out there who are better than those players right now at this moment. But they are being ranked on a different scale from everybody else. So if Kentucky is holding you to the standard of you have to bring in the top 10 recruits in the country every year, they're not basing it on basketball. They're basing it on name brands, leverage, a brand, social media. They're basing it on those things. Who are the players that are going to come in and bring the most eyes to our fan base, and so we can continue to sell out tickets, so we can continue to get the big ESPN deals, and we can continue to be the most loved and enjoyed basketball program in the country. So in a sense, for Kentucky, it's not necessarily about basketball. I know that sounds crazy, but it's the truth. They're not bringing in the best players every single year from a true basketball perspective. The sooner y'all can kind of accept that, the better off you'll be. That doesn't mean that Coach Calipari doesn't bring in talent, because all of his players are talented. They're talented basketball players. Are they the best basketball players? No, and we can clearly see that with the record that they currently have. But if you are expecting to constantly win every single year, then you have to be willing to accept the idea of you can't have a bunch of 5-star 17 and 18-year-olds every single year. You either have to get some 5 stars and keep some players, and so you can continue to have some seniors and some juniors in there to mix in with that talent, or you have to get rid of the whole 5-star recruit thing, and you have to start just getting players and saying, yeah, in 3 or 4 years, we'll be able to compete like all the other schools do. But that's not what Kentucky wants. Kentucky wants to win now, and they want to win in a fun, amazing style to watch. You can't have it both ways. Some years they're going to be up, some years they're going to be down. And this right here is the thing that a lot of people don't realize. Once again, nobody really wants to go to Kentucky. Players want to play for Coach Calipari. You don't want Coach Calipari to get fired and then to go and take a job at the University of Miami, Florida State, Georgetown, UCLA. You don't want them to end up at a school like that where kids want to go to those places strictly because, oh man, they got a beach, they got hot girls, they got fun things to do. What's fun to do in Kentucky after you get past Louisville and the Kentucky? Now, I've never been there, and I'm not trying to bash on the state of Kentucky, because I'm sure there's great people out there, there's great things to do. But from a 17-year-old kid's perspective who plays Nike EYBL, Adidas, Under Armour, has flown all around the country, has played in USA basketball events, and has been everywhere there is to go, what is it that is going to make a 17-year-old kid say, I want to come to the state of Kentucky and spend the next year or possibly 2 there, outside of Coach Calipari? Because when you break it down, Kentucky, yes, they have elite facilities, but so does Duke, so does Miami, so does North Carolina, and those are in places that are more fun. So does UCLA, USC, Washington, Texas. Why are people coming to Kentucky, the state of Kentucky? And here's a hint. Coach Calipari was bringing in top-notch recruits before Kentucky. He had people like Derrick Rose saying, I'm going to Memphis. People like Tyreek Evans, who was from Philly, saying, yeah, I'm going to Memphis. And he was doing the same thing at UMass. So y'all keep on playing if you want and making it seem like Coach Calipari isn't this good coach and y'all can do well without him and all that kind of stuff. Y'all can't do much better than Coach Calipari. And as a matter of fact, there's not many colleges in the country who could do better than Calipari, unless you are legendary status coaches like Coach K, like Roy Williams, like Bill Self, like Rick Pitino, who's at Iona right now, but I'm sure he's going to get a top recruiting job somewhere soon enough. So I just had to get that out. A lot of y'all don't know what you're talking about when it comes to Coach Calipari and the leverage that he really has as a basketball coach. If he leaves, all those kids are leaving with him. People are not gonna say, I'm still coming to Kentucky and Coach Calipari isn't there. I promise you that. So I gotta let y'all know that. Hope y'all like this video. If you do, like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, follow the Instagram and the Twitter at @hoop_politics. What do you guys think that Kentucky's gonna finish the season at? Do you think you're gonna make the tournament? Do you think that they're gonna make it into the Elite Eight, the Final Four? Let me know in the comment section below. And without further ado, guys always control. Peace.